the ones that aren't quite ready or have been scarred up by that gift that they have, and if you come in and it starts trying to come out, sometimes they'll get angry at you.
Or repel, maybe.
Or repel. Oh. They'll be like, I don't know what it is, but...
there's something.
Yeah. And really all that is you're giving them a space to kind of see themselves differently. You're not forcing them to do it. It's a natural divinity that's starting to happen inside of them. Hello, my name's Ruth Barkley, and this is Taste Your Magic, the YouTube channel where we do a lot of fun interactions with people and also retreats, and we take people on horse rides and a lot of fun stuff. But what we're going to be kind of doing today is readings, and readings can consist of anything about the person, their magic, their life, any question of that. Or we also do angel connections where we can talk to a loved one, or animal communication, where we talk to a lot of animals. And today we have Maeli Nelson with us.
So fun. It's such a pleasure, honestly. I love you dearly. She's a rock star. So.
Thank you. Thank you. And we met not too long ago.
Yeah, I would say like two and a half years ago.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Has it been that
It actually has, I think.
Oh, maybe it has been a little while.
It was like one of the last ignition points or something.
Oh,
so, yeah. It was
yeah.
like two, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we were talking about fancy cars coming to the bougie.
Yeah.
With the ladies.
We threw a pretty fun, yes, that was super fun. And thanks for making the soiree fun, because so often women don't dress up and get, but you did. You nailed it.
Thank you. I love having those opportunities
Me too,
to do
right?
that.
Yeah.
So now she gets to be on my show for a little bit, and then we'll have you out on the ranch to come play also on some horses or any of the other fun things that we do. So today, what can I help or support you in? What are some of your questions?
Well, I feel like I have had an interesting childhood and or upbringing, and it has led me to be very open. I feel like there's not many things that people could say where I'd be like, I don't believe that. I almost believe almost anything. I'm like, that's interesting for you. Like, I love that for you. But for me, it feels like I do have some kind of magic. And I know that sounds like odd and like really awkward to say out loud to myself, or to you as an audience. I am magical. But I do. I feel like I have this internal ability to do certain things. And some of them I feel like I actually don't know how to address it. Like, I don't know how to describe what I do. And so maybe that would be helpful, is just like tapping into I don't know how this works, but maybe understanding a little bit more about myself and how to harness those powers, or like that energy that I have. Yeah,
you have had a radical life, a lot of extremes through your life, and a lot of extremes that people would have a hard time comprehending it would even be real. And so what a blessing when you say, oh wow, I believe you. And have the person be like, whoa, you believe me?
Yeah,
you're like, yeah. I do believe you. So I mean, even your life experience, your family experience has been just radical, and then even just your money system and your businesses have been just extremes. Yep. And you've played in so many different big fields, and won at them and did just rocking. And I'm proud of you with that.
Thank you.
And so I remember like you were speaking on the female entrepreneur stage, teaching some of them, and you'd mentioned being awkward.
Yep.
And I might like kill this, but it was like because you're learning, was that how to read in middle school?
Yeah.
And like, I almost guarantee like 90% of the group thought you were using it as like a metaphor.
Right.
And they didn't understand that you were actually coming in powerfully and scared and learning what they had been learning their whole...
No, I learned how to read, write, math. I didn't even know how to do like 2 + 2.
Crazy.
By 12. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah. I do. I just remember like looking around, because here you're teaching them how to make millions, right? And then you have this story that you start with, and they're like, oh, that's cute. I swear I was so awkward in middle school too. And I'm like, y'all are not getting that.
I mean,
Anyway,
I didn't have a ton of time to like dive into it,
Right.
but afterwards people are like, wait, was that real? I'm like,
She said that.
yeah, no, I have 22 siblings. I have 5 moms. I grew up in a really weird situation. They'd be like, oh. But it honestly, I hope, goes to show people like you can't judge a person by their character. I mean, I'm sure you get
Yeah.
that too. You're just as beautiful, like, and you're not afraid to show off your beauty, which I love. Like,
Thank
you're
you.
very much like internal to your beauty and like show off your femininity. And people can either judge you for that, and it's like, yeah, she thinks, who does she think she
Oh,
is?
yeah, those are fun.
Oh, yeah. But I love it. And I'm just like, oh, what a queen, right? To just own your beauty and own that it's okay to be flaunty and sexy. And like,
Yeah.
I love that. But it takes like courage in this world right now to be a woman to show off that like ability. So good job for that.
Thank
too.
you.
It's amazing.
Thank you. I have noticed in our kind of interactions when I've been watching you, you have a natural way of, it is a little interesting to describe. So what I see as far as like, okay, Maeli, right? How is she doing all of this and creating all these beautiful relationships and still standing in her power off and on, right? And all over the place.
Okay.
And what I see like, here you go, you stand up and you're in a crowd and everybody's watching you, right? And everybody's listening to you in these different things. But then you have these like tubes of connections that all of a sudden you can feel and spot like someone right there. And you can like feel them behind you, and you can feel them like even there, like a web starts kind of come out. Like you all also feel their connection that might not even be in the room. And you don't have to understand everything. You just know, okay, I feel that pull. I can see you, and you might tag them a little bit, right, while you're talking or things like that. And then they kind of come in with already this like grandmother connection feeling.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So describe kind of what you're hearing from me and maybe what you've experienced with yourself with that.
That is interesting. I just got the cold chills. Just, whew. Yeah, that grandma feel. I mean, people say that, I guess, probably more than anything is just I'm so welcoming and that I make them feel comfortable and that I'm not judging them because, well, shit, if I got nothing to judge on anyone, like, I've been through the ringer, like, like, I got you, boo, like, whatever you're going through, like, no judgment. And I think that hopefully that conveys in a way of like, no, I see you. And I see them. I genuinely feel like I can connect with those people, maybe in a way that they couldn't connect with even themselves.
Yeah.
Like they might not even know that they are this powerful and that they could be this person. I try to see way more in someone than they see in themselves, because most of us don't see very good things usually, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. And it gets scary to open up that space for somebody, the heart space. A really neat thing about it is it's almost like you're this person that gives opportunities, right? They can give even through examples even, right? So you have opportunities to hand to people and it's their choice if they want to. But while this is happening, you kind of like light up the beings that have a little bit more of that glow, that uniqueness, that whatever push, that grab, right? And so when you come into a room or as they're watching, they're going to feel, they're going to start feeling their system like, whoa, something's like lighting up in me.
Oh, I love
Instead of
that.
just like, she's so, she made me feel so bad. Like sitting by you, it's like, and talking about this, I feel the parts of me that are ready to show up more in my magic starting to like tickle me.
Oh, I love that.
So,
yay, good.
no. Fun part of this
Good or
is
bad? No.
because you kind of like light up the spideys in people, right? Whether you know you're doing it or not. And then if they choose to courageously come to you, that's them. But the ones that aren't quite ready or have been scarred up by that gift that they have, and if you come in and it starts trying to come out, sometimes they'll get angry at you.
Or repel, maybe.
Or repel. They'll be like, I don't know what it is, but
There's something.
yeah. And really all that is you're giving them a space to kind of see themselves differently. You're not forcing them to do it. It's a natural divinity that's starting to happen inside of them. But at the same time, you become almost like that mirror where they have to see themselves in the parts that they get to love or let go of before that really can flourish.
Interesting. I could see that. Yeah.
So you probably have spiked a few people without really knowing why they're spiked.
Yeah, actually, now that you say that, I can testify to that. That's interesting. Because sometimes people, have said to me, it's like, oh, well, no, I think you're just intimidating. And I'm like, I can't imagine that would be the case. I don't feel like I'm an intimidating person. Like, no, it's just because you're intimidating. No, I don't think that's it. So that makes way more sense that it's something I'm not really controlling. It's just simply a presence or an energy force.
Yeah. So with you, any kind of questions on that is maybe what you your original question was like, where do I get to go with my gifts? Because I have so many different avenues of things that can be big. Basically, if you step into them and put that energy into it, it's going to go. And now you get to just decide like, I know what that energy and going means sometimes. So what are your thoughts with kind of what we've told you?
So I can see that like stepping into that space, which I really like that, and owning that like energy. But then how do you control that? Because that's interesting. Because also if you're going to give and open that up for someone, how do you not let it drain you? Because I feel like that's, I don't know, I did massage therapy years ago in a different life, right? And I felt like I had to learn how to almost do like a reflection spell, if you will, right? Where I was like, I can heal you and I can help, draw some of that negative energy and just like, let it pass through me rather than like absorb into me. And I think I got pretty good at it, but I don't feel like this is the same kind of like, I don't know, like I threw a huge event on Saturday and I guess we had like 150 people in the room and it was, it was such an incredible event. And then afterwards, Sunday, I'm like,
done.
Like I am worth literally nothing. Like I need a massage. Like I am like worthless. And I just wondered like how can I change that or should I even try? Because I almost partly feel like those events are what they are is because I do put all of my soul into it, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, do I have to? I don't know.
Yeah. So it's like, how can God and the universe help me as I allow this gift to be? Yeah. And so with me, it's funny because I started negotiating with my help, right?
Yep.
And my prayers and stuff, right? So like, if I come, your intentions, your asks, and so when you go there, you put in that big event is going to be big and beautiful, and everybody loves my energy, and everybody likes flying high, and I like it, and then everything just kind of gets held by me for a minute. So if I go in and hold, I would love to have maybe some more energy back my way, or just make sure that the ones that don't really need me or are just in there to take tonight, help them find somebody else. And that way I can also enjoy my time and enjoy the ones that are lighting up, right? That are like, we're ready. And then those are yours to really give into. And a big thing that I started to learn was how far I'm really playing into it and how far it was actually aligned for me to play into it. And so sometimes our own guilt or our own curiosities or desires, whatever they are, will take us past where God or the divinity was trying to match you up in it.
Interesting.
So like another way to say that is like when you're talking to someone, and you can be talking to somebody on a phone call and you like them and you're like good friends and stuff. And then all of a sudden it's like the phase is done and it's starting to stop, but then the conversation just kind of keeps going. And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't really want to talk to this person anymore. Right. Even though I love this person. Right. That's where it's like you training to be nice to that person literally was like, look, you're doing this on your own. So now you've got your own energy in it instead of whatever was asking you to talk to this person, this connection or help. So what are you kind of hearing with that? So it's like almost like learning where it starts kind of going, okay, and just And then just letting yourself find that like, okay, this phase gets to close. Yeah. My horses do it all the time. They'll do healing work with everybody, and they'll become mirrors for them and stuff like that. And the people will fall in love with them. And then when the phase is done, they're like, okay, scratch me. And they all turn back into horses and they play and get rough. And they're like, you were my mother in this, right? Like you healed my heart. And now you're just running off, playing. Yeah. But the phase was done. And so, okay, tell me what you're kind of hearing with this.
I would think that, just learning when to disconnect and learning that it's okay to. Because I think that that's actually been the issue, is knowing that it's okay. Like having that permission of like, it's okay to disconnect. Like when it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I've recognized that part recently. So that's very helpful. And just a sense of like, it's okay to be done. Like you can give, and then it's okay to just be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and hopefully you got what you needed out of it, because I can't always be on, or I can't always be giving. Like that's obnoxious, but it is kind of felt like that. So that's a helpful, like I can put boundaries on, and like I helped and now I'm not.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, because then now you've got that attachment again, and now they have access to you whether they're in the room with you or not, because you interacted, you gave that love, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you feel them thinking about you, or you're thinking about them a lot, and it's just kind of like not stopping, that's their attachment still, playing the energy between each other. And so at that moment, I actually first I'll find where my body needs to kind of move. And then I'll ask for some clarity, right? Like, does she need anything? And if I don't get anything, I'll be like, do you need anything right now? And if I could do it or not, or don't hear anything, that would be like, okay, I need help helping her, and let this cut off, or him, or whatever it is, right? And so in the crowd, you'll be there and you recognize, oh, wait, the call is getting obnoxious, right? It's ended. And now I've got to close this off. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to describe it in a way that your body works with it. You might actually literally just notice that you start turning, or like leaning back, or getting a drink in front of you, or, checking your phone.
Disconnect.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't stay draining you even after that. There's got to be sometimes a cognitive asking for it from you. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Even just quickly in your mind.
Yeah. No, I think there's so much power in just going into an experience with the right intentions, right? Like if you're setting the right intentions, and then you're closing out the evening with the right intentions, I think, and I haven't been doing that. So I appreciate that.
Right. So that's, you just get to refine it in another level.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, wait, I
gotta
switch
practice
in a little
this.
bit.
Yeah. Like,
this time is done.
Gotta practice this now. And now you learn something totally different. Perfect. No, I'm always here for a challenge. I love that. And I think that that's helpful too, because it's, I do meet so many people, and that I do feel that connection with. And so often it's so hard to know, like, well, how do you can't have connections with everyone. Like that's just not possible. In a little way, I feel like you can, right? Like just a little fairy dust, like that's okay. But like that deep connection, it's like, I don't have time for that. Because when I give, I give. And I don't, but I love the idea of like, no, I can turn that on and turn it off anytime I want. I like that.
It really takes like, when you do the asking, you gotta be ready to show up on your end of it. So like manifesting, you gotta be ready to be ready, right? Mm-hmm. And when it starts to come, you don't really necessarily get to choose that. So when you ask, okay, let me know when it's done, like I've given the seed and it's good to go. You'll start to learn the cues quicker, and then it's your job to act on that cue. Otherwise, you get left out there. Mm-hmm. And it's nobody's responsibility but yours. Mm-hmm. Until you come back into alignment again.
I feel like that's probably a very connection with most of your audience. I feel like all of us need to learn that one. So
yeah, I've had to learn it over and over and over.
I was like, oh, that's probably like, here's the human race. We all need to figure this one out.
Yeah. But you're going to be able to just, wherever you go, you'll be able to help things. And so the biggest thing that I would say right now for you is allow yourself to refine your energy connections. And that's going to help you understand where you really like, oh, I can run here, right? And, I can chill here and maybe give a word or two there. That's just like, you know.
You know.
And then have them do that.
Yeah, that's helpful.
And then it'll kind of weed out some of your business stuff that you've got going on to show you where you're really going to
Thrive.
Yeah,
I like
because
that.
they're all really good. I can see why
That's
it'd be
the problem.
struggle.
Yeah. It's like, there's so many things that I'm so passionate about, right? And they are also necessary. That's the other thing that's like, well, I have been able to put myself into scenarios where I am making an impact. And that was my whole purpose in the first place, right? It's like, I just want to leave with an impact and like make a difference. Because so often people don't believe that they are worth anything.
Yeah.
And they don't know that they are this divine divinity, they are gods. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, and I want them to feel that. And I want them to feel that energy that they probably haven't felt before. And sometimes, actually, on Saturday, Christine said, do you know that no one has ever told me that like I could become something?
Wow.
And she was like 36 years old.
Wow.
Like she honestly, she's like, before you told me that like I could accomplish anything and that I have all these gifts and she does, she's so talented. She's like, nobody ever even told me that.
Wow.
And I just honestly just wanted to start bawling hysterically. Like, yeah, like if you didn't get told that you're special and that you are this incredible human, like it is kind of my job. I feel very responsible. Right?
Yes, it's so good though. But that's that like ping wherever you go, they start to get that chance, and then you'll be like, oh, they'll light up that tube to them where it's like, this one is ready for you. She can hear you. He can hear you, and maybe not even hear you. They can actually feel what you're saying, so you don't have to really say very much.
Right? No, that's good. You feel me, boo? No.
I do. That was very ticklish and fun.
Good.
Yeah. So good. Yeah. Any questions on any of that?
No, I think that's very clear. Practice. I don't know. Probably come back to you and be like, help, I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
But I think it is something I can practice, and I feel like that's a little more clear for sure. My daughter. Something keeps popping up, like there's this disconnect that I have with my daughter, and she's 17.
Okay.
She is so amazing and so incredible, but we're just not syncing. And I feel like it's because we have a similar energy, but neither of us know how to like, I almost feel like she looks up to me so much, but yeah, it doesn't feel like that in any way. And I'm like, this is a bizarre, what is happening? Like we were so close for so long, and then now it just feels like she needs to become her own person, which is great, good for her. And I'm trying to give her as much space as she possibly can, because I know that I can be an overbearing space. I fill up a lot of room. I understand that. So I'm like, no, like you go do you figure out, who you want to be. But it has been an interesting like dynamic where she doesn't check in. She doesn't text. She's living with her dad right now, which is fine. Like if that's healthy and safe for her. But I also am like, don't you need that like energy? Or do you feel like she actually needs to find her own energy? And maybe that's, I don't know if you have anything for that. Or if it's like not your space.
Well, it's definitely more innocent than a lot of teenagers can be in it, their kind of quietness from their parents. But so what's kind of happening is there's a few parts to it. There's been this strong relationship with you where you were everything for her. And she also got to see a lot of the everythings about you and what you had to go through, good and not so, right? And so for her, she's like trying to figure out, well, while she's figuring out herself, she's still trying to figure out, is there another way that I can do things not like mom?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so it's not like against you. It's almost like you gave her so many experiences. Now she can actually kind of quiet down a little bit and say, wow, is it possible that I could be different or get this a different way?
Yeah. I
And
can see
so
that.
she's kind of quieting and secluding herself a lot.
Yeah.
Not with just you, huh?
Yeah, it's everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She's mostly, the world is untrustworthy right now and unstable. And so she's really just kind of coming in and just quietly settling and watching and seeing. And, if I am okay and safe, then I can be okay and safe like this even. And so it's like a new experiment of how can things be different? And am I really safe? And am I really capable? Like Mom says,
Yeah. Yeah. Aw, yeah. Actually, that makes me feel good. Because
Yeah.
that is the kind of but how interesting. What if she could figure out how to do that? What if she could be so powerful and not have to say a word
Yeah.
and not have to do almost anything?
Right.
Like she is very calm, very quiet, very put together. And yet you're like, wow, you're very big energy, right? Like she has
whoa.
so many talents, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
you almost just being around. Yeah, that's interesting. What
Yeah.
if she could figure that out? That'd be cool. Good for her.
Yeah, she'll be all right. It's going to last for a couple of years though. And she's probably going to get a little bit angry with it too, because there'll be whatever parts of her that don't believe herself in it. And those will come through in different ways. But ultimately, I think the biggest thing is just to be like, yeah, it's possible. Just remember, it's possible, and you belong. Your space belongs here. Wherever you are, you belong there. Like you deserve to be where you want to be. And that way, she can be like, okay, I'm safe.
Does she not, you think that that's like the most common thing for her is just not feeling safe? Like that's just her, and I feel like that is her wall.
Yeah.
It's just constantly not feeling, like she gets triggered a lot. That's what she says. She's like, oh, this happens, and then I get triggered, and I feel like this is going to happen. I feel like this is going to happen, even though it's not happening.
Yeah.
And it's not, like I'm like, oh, it didn't happen. But for some reason, she thinks it's going to happen, like
Yeah.
argument or, some kind of, like, 'cause it's trauma, right?
Yeah, she feels it coming up, and because she can feel big, then she's feeling even more. That's not even part of her system. Yeah, safety is a big thing. She's more so like, am I really here? Or am I also an illusion? Or am I, who am I in this? And trying to figure it out. And so sometimes she's just observing a lot and seeing how real something really is. And so sometimes that push is just saying, like, is this really a door? Or is it just an illusion, right? And so now the door is being pushed on. And so sometimes that you get to just be that space of, like, safe consistency,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
For her to be like, what's really real?
Keep pushing. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I like
But
that.
yeah,
I
safety
think every
is a
mom
good
probably needed to hear that. So you're welcome for me asking.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. But right, like
good.
that is, I feel like such a common, I don't know, our kids are such blessings, right? They teach us so much about ourselves, and they teach us humility, and they teach us just patience and
Yeah.
just so many things. But they do have to endure you the most out of anyone else, right? Like, oh, sorry, kids. Like, oh, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. And I'm just throw up all over you. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry. We all screw up our kids. It's fine. It's fine. And yet somehow they turn out awesome, which is great too, But I think that in general, we are hard on ourselves with our parenting styles, and but when you have blended families and like there's just a
Yeah.
lot of moving parts.
New dynamics all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's as long as she understands that she has her space always, no matter what, with you, wherever she is. If she needs you and needs that help with that space, you're there, right? And if she just wants to ask a question and you get to just watch and not save,
Sure. Yeah.
she gets to have that too, right? And yeah, and your gift is seeing. So I would let yourself connect in, not force it to connect in, but connect in and just ask quietly in the heart, like, hey, can you feel me? And she might be like, that's it. That's interesting. Yeah.
I like
Good
that.
little gift. Because she will be able to, unless she's like, stop it.
I actually feel like she can do that, which is interesting. I'm like, wow, it's impressive.
Yeah. This is going to be good. I do have a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
Do you feel or see anything for me?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. No, also I felt myself get a little... That was interesting.
That was interesting. Like, oh, it's like tables turn. I actually, that's interesting. The first time I met you, there was like this bird. I still feel like there's a bird. Like, I don't know what that is, but there's like a bird, some kind of like, whether your energy spirit is like some kind of, but you also have just like this big, like, I could see wings. Like
Nice.
you're just this interesting, like, and maybe do you wear feathers a lot?
Only when they want to come out.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I didn't
yeah.
even know that was a feather until just now when I said that. That's interesting. Is it a feather?
Yeah, it's like, hey, well, it's a
Oh.
plastic one right now.
But yeah,
but
yeah, it's a feather.
I have a bunch of real ones, but they start doing funny
They
things sometimes.
do. Yeah. No, they get tangled, totally.
So an interesting thing is sometimes when I was little, I used to jump off of houses and tree houses, stuff to fly. To remember to fly, right? Like I kept trying to remind myself how to fly. I'd push kids off because they could fly. We could all fly, right?
Oh, that's
I did like the
interesting.
umbrella thing, like Mary Poppins, and tried it and stuff. And
Do you break anything?
I never actually did doing it that way. I broke a lot of bones doing other things.
Sure.
But then I was just like so baffled for a while that I had to just stop, and I got really good at jumping. So I'm like, okay, let's jump. And then I got horses and I jumped higher and higher and faster. Everything had to be faster and faster so I could feel that space where I could do it. And so later on in my years, I got reintroduced to my wings. And so sometimes where there's not a lot of people that notice them, but that they actually can, they work in different ways of space. And so, yeah, I would say she sees you.
I see you. I do. I actually see you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's funny. Those stories you just don't really tell a lot of people
Sure,
unless
Magic.
they bring it in. Good job. Thank you again for
Yeah, so
coming.
fun.
And I would love to see any of your comments and questions that you might have. Share where was some similar things for you guys also in this, and that helps everyone to be able to just see each other and keep going in this world. Thank you again.